Title of this memoir piece is Archangel Michael in the Sky. I had to go back to late 2011, early 2012 to talk about why this photo has so much significance to my spirituality. Back when I was having visions and even communications from the higher realms, the 5 beings that spoke to me most were Seleucia, a being from the Sirius system, Archangel Metatron, first communication under a Metatron cube over the baggage carousel at the old Kansas City International Airport, Lord Melchizedek, Archangel Gabriel, and Archangel Michael. Other than Seleucia, I would see specific colors appear in meditation prior to any communication. Metatron was turquoise. Gabriel was an Irish green. Melchizedek was a color close to the color of salmon or steelhead trout inside of it. Archangel Michael was a violet color. 2011 to 2014 was probably my spiritual platinum age because out of several out-of-body experiences, usually seeing wrongs in the world I was not aware of. My meditations were deep, and often I would meditate outside in the sun or on a bench along Brush Creek Riverwalk near the Country Club Plaza. On this particular day, which was in November 2013, on a warm fall day, I decided to run 8 miles along the Brush Creek Riverwalk. As I was running, and I believe this was close to the University of Missouri Kansas City campus, I saw this cloud formation. My mind saw it in the way it is shown here, edited in 2017 where I could get the colors just so. I saw Archangel Michael with wings and sword. It was a prophetic message as my back was up against a wall, yet a breakthrough was about to happen to resolve the biggest matter, debt I could not pay back in the time frame these credit card companies demanded. A lot of money was towards visits to see friends in Kansas City as my life was very lonely in Manhattan, Kansas, besides my job, which was burning me out. I ran a 5K with a college buddy I was smitten over a month prior to dislocating a rib in a running accident 2 days prior. I had just found out he was dishonest about the events he was on trial for and that I was his settle person if he couldn't get his fantasy guy. That guy actually called me to give me the lowdown. So I had lost the last friend of that old friend group. I was done with agendas, people only wanting to be around me because there was something they wanted to take from me, and the whole self-destructive gay community in general. Side note, I thought it was bad then. It's unworkable now. I have no dating pool now, and it makes it really hard to connect with people at all outside of work because I have to. The message in the sky was telling me that my prayers of relief from financial ruin is on its way. My health was actually the best it had ever been. I was down to under 180 pounds from 315 a couple years prior. I can run a 5K in 25 minutes, 6 seconds, and got it down to the 23-minute range before a severe running accident in 2015. I was even able to run a mile in 6 minutes, 53 seconds. It was about to be a time where I could train for tennis and get into a tournament. Sadly, freak accident ended that goal, like a curse, in the fall of 2014. I was about to get a job back in higher education, which was wonderful until August of 2015. I was about to have several successful art shows. Sadly, all the money had to go to a military scholarship for books when people who promised to match their donations reneged. So all my profits that were to go to future art shows had to go to the scholarship. Archangel Michael was saying I was protected from harm. This really held true in the next year. 7 times people tried to mug me with weapons walking from work to the Kansas City Arts Eco-Village meetings I attended much of 2014. I not only did not have anything taken from me, but I avoided being stabbed in one of the instances. I avoided being in the wrong place at the wrong time with several murders that happened in front of my apartment in Westport. I was protected from agenda-driven homosexuals and guys on the down low wanting a quick fix and spread their diseases. Despite all of this, I led guided meditations, including one to stop violence with the events that unfolded in Ferguson. It must have worked because violence was down the month after that. If it wasn't for the 8 people who attended and brought their energy into this, I don't think it would have been possible. In the current era, This photo brings me hope in a world that is much worse than the time where I'm facing my body wanting to shut down, where learning and following my human design has further isolated me. Success in the workplace when my health cooperates, and the feeling of solitary confinement in an open-air prison the rest of the time. It has been years since I've been able to meditate deeply enough and not be hypervigilant of my surroundings to where I can get the messages from the higher realms. That loss has been the hardest to bear, and where past images can trigger the memories and experiences that got me through what seemed to be an impossible time with a vibration level much higher than I appear to operate now. The only message I get, likely from Archangel Michael, is that I'm to blaze a trail not seen on Earth. Yet, I question on whether this realm should even exist, since it's a matrix game from the higher realms, and no chill for games anymore. I hope the Archangel in the sky can guide me so I can create this again, sans needs met.